I'm not. And probably if the fans were in the stadium, they'd probably be a full touchdown, Skip. And I think they gave them. Because it's kind of hard to evaluate. This is what we normally know. You normally get 3.5 points for home field. Give or take, it all depends on the home field. Kansas City might get a little bit more. Seattle might get a little bit more. Someone else might get a little less, considering on the crowd. But when you look at Seattle, Skip, Seattle, Russ right now is the MVP. The guy has 9 touchdown passes with 11 incompletions. That's how good he's been playing. That's the level in which he's at. The Cowboys, for all intents and purposes, really should be 0-2. And I think the odds makers are factoring that in. And when you look at Russ and the way he's playing, and you look at Metcalf, and you look at Lockett, and you look at Moore, they can run the football with Carson. And you always got to worry about Russ. Skip, what's so frustrating about Russ is that you could do everything right. You play it by the script, they're going to come out this, you know what they're going to come out and do, but Russ can throw the script away and go scramble and get 25 yards. And then he slides down. You're like, okay, he run, I'm going to get him. And next thing you know, he slide, and then you got to go over the top of him. Or he runs around and then do what he did, find Lockett in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. Yep. Or he can make pinpoint throws like he did more in the corner of the end zone. Or he can go over your head to DK Metcalf. I love this. I'm surprised. You know what, Skip Bayless? I'm going to go and give you, you know what? I'm so confident in Seattle right now, I'm going to go and give you 6 points.
6?
I'm going to give you 6 right now.
Done. I'll take it.
Yeah, I saw you coming. One case.
Yep.
One case. And my guy, Russ, going to outplay your guy.
Thank you. Wrong. So, I must admit, I always tell you, I guess the spreads before I reveal the spreads.
Right.
I thought this would be 4-ish, somewhere in there, and it was 5.5, and it surprised me because there's no 12th man. I assume it's still going to be empty. That's the last time.
That's what I'm assuming also.
Okay, so the Seahawks just lost Bruce Irvin, who I thought was their most dangerous pass rusher. He tore his ACL. They just lost Marquise Blair, who was their #1 nickel corner, who they love. And he tore his, I think it was his ACL. We've had a spate of these through the weekend. It was horrible. Okay, so those are 2 key defensive players. Down, gone. I spent last night trying to get happier about that all-time great escape, that all-time stolen victory that the Cowboys took from the Falcons on Sunday, thanks to the wildest onside kick recovery I've ever seen. And I kept saying, okay, step back from it. What happened in the second half? Really, for the whole game, what happened? Dak Prescott was extraordinary. Yeah. He fumbled early. Zeke fumbled early. We got that. They lost 3 fumbles in the first 8 minutes. Schultz fumbled. He did. But Dak threw it about as well as he's ever thrown it before.
Agree with that.
With accuracy, touch, velocity. He made every throw you can think of making. All in desperation, because I always tell you, that's when he's a warrior, that's when he's at his best. So obviously, I would like to see that from the first instead of after it's almost over. Okay, so he goes 34-47 for 450 and a touchdown. Didn't throw a pick, which is, when you're winging it all over the lot last night like that, and you don't throw 1 interception, that's pretty good, because usually he'll throw a couple when he's desperate.
As long as you don't get greedy and force anything, you should be fine. And Dak did a great job of not forcing it. Oh, y'all gonna give me CD Lamb for 8 yards? I'll take him. Y'all gonna give me Shades for 6? Oh, I'll take the swing to Zeke out the backfield. Schultz, excuse me.
I'll throw it to him. Yeah, I'll throw it to him a bunch. He'll be my primary receiver.
You got 10 targets.
Yeah, 9 catches for 88
yards and a touch.
I thought Zeke, once again, for the second straight week, looked like 2016 Zeke to me.
He did.
Whew. He was running downhill. Best body lean in the league, and it's back. He looks fitter. He looks hungrier, so to speak. He looks like he really does want to eat. And if there's a wall there, he's going to run through it. Okay, so I love this combo going to Seattle, because I just watched Cam Newton throw for the 3rd highest passing yardage he has in his whole career. 397, almost 400 yards passing. I watched him run for another, 47 yards. Because at the goal line, they couldn't stop him until the final play. So they came within 1 yard of pulling off a huge upset at Seattle. Dallas usually plays well against Seattle. They have a good sort of chemistry with them where they hang in with them. I know they had a hard time in 2017, but I remind you, that playoff game was the first round playoff game after the 2018 season. It was at Jerry World. I thought it was the best Dak played in a big game from start to finish. The numbers aren't like huge, but he was 22 of 33 for 226 and a touchdown, one interception. But he ran it 6 times for 29 more yards, but they were big yards.
You always talk about that third down run.
Thing, 3rd and 14 from the 17 with the game hanging in the balance. Who goes QB draw? I think we might even have that.
We got
we
it.
have it. Look, up. He almost scored. He almost went John Elway helicopter into the end zone.
Come on,
and he runs
Wags.
over and through.
Come on, Wags, get that man.
Seahawks. This is a big, strong man who can move. I'm not saying he's quite Cam, but he's in the ballpark. Where this year, for the first time, Mike McCarthy is telling Kellen Moore, use his legs more. He scored 3 rushing touchdowns in the second half on Sunday against Atlanta. And I'm saying I want to see more because he's been I'm knocking on wood for him.
You're going to see more.
But he's durable. Has he not been durable? Hadn't missed a start.
You're going to see more Russ. Russ is playing at Skip, he's playing at another level right now.
So here we go again. It's just like Matt Ryan comes to Jerry World. It's you got to win it 40-38.
Yeah.
I think they could hang 40 on Seattle's defense. I just believe that because they have that kind of firepower. CeeDee Lamb, my man, is starting to get more and more comfortable with his role, with what it feels like to be playing pro football. And when you have 3,000-yard receivers and all of a sudden,
excuse me,
the backup tight end is starting to look like a starting tight end, and Zeke's looking like 2016 Zeke, I think they can explode. And it sounds like Tyron Smith, the left tackle, the all-pro, they said